Hey guys, RanterInShades here, exercising my first Remember Rights vlog style. This video is going to be more on the serious side than much of my other content. Today, as I'm recording this, it is the birthday of my favorite content creator. Most of my audience knows who I'm referring to, but for those that don't, for those that are newer to my channel, or for those that didn't read the title of this video, I'm referring to a channel called MuesProductions. First of all, happy birthday, Muse. Now, I'm going to continue the tradition I have of making a video for Muse, only this time it isn't going to be as silly as the one I made last year. I actually took that video down, A, because it's blocked in some countries for usage of the song Everybody Dance Now, B, because of a particular clip I used of an individual I will not name that I feel kind of embarrassed for using, and C, because it was pretty cringy. I'll play the beginning part at the end of this video since I am pretty proud of that part. But anyway, rather than be silly, I'm gonna make a video showing my appreciation for Mark Muse and explain the ways the guy's impacted me. So, I first discovered Muse back in 2010. I was 16 and in my sophomore year of high school. Back then, I was going through what I like to call my fuck the world phase. I was an angry kid and I was pissed off about a lot of things. Things ranging from bullying, to family bullshit, to paranoia that the girl I was interested in at the time was interested in someone else, be they male or female, and didn't tell me, to having trouble in school because of this really pompous history teacher I had, to a lot of other shit. I was in a really bad place emotionally back then. I'm almost surprised that the friends I had were able to tolerate me, because if you guys knew me when I was 16, you would have wanted to kick my ass. One particular thing that was pissing me off at this time was pop music. I was very outspoken about how much I just hated Lady Gaga in particular. So, one thing that I would do at night before I went to bed back then, aside from jack off, would be that I would take my iPod Touch out, since I didn't have an iPhone at this time, and search for videos on YouTube or articles online that I could resonate with, that I could relate to the message of. So one night, it was late, and I decided to search on YouTube for a video about why Lady Gaga sucks. And the first video that came up in the results was a video called Lady Gaga Sucks and Here's Why, by a channel called MuesProductions. I saw it had a good bit of views and some pretty good feedback in the comments, so I decided to give it a watch. I was amazed at what I was hearing. I thought this was the voice that I had been looking for. The points resonated with me, I thought the delivery was pretty great, and I thought to myself, who is this MuesProductions person, and why did it take me until now to discover him? Unfortunately, that video isn't on his channel anymore, but it is re-uploaded on his Blip page, and I'll have it linked in the description. I then noticed in the related videos that he had more videos about artists I really hated at this time. I stayed up pretty goddamn late watching these videos. I remember watching his Kesha video, his Justin Bieber video, his Taylor Swift video, his Miley Cyrus video, his Lil Wayne video, his Eminem video, which I don't hate Eminem at all, but I agreed with that video full-heartedly, his American Idol video, and his Broken Side video, which is my favorite of all time. I basically fallen in love with this channel and subscribed instantly on my old channel. Now, I wasn't really active in following people on YouTube at this time, as, like I said, I was struggling in school and had a bunch of other shit going on, so I wasn't paying too much attention to what was going on in the world of MuesProductions, but we'll get to that later. Point is, I had found something that spoke to me, that had pretty much changed my life and changed my entire outlook on the world. Since discovering Muse, I became less angry and more positive and open-minded. I learned about quite a lot of music from him, and I discovered Gianriella through him, which sort of led to a domino effect of discovering more ranters that I'm not only a fan of to this day, but some that I've gone on to become friends with. Not only that, but I wouldn't know Rap Critic or Todd in the Shadows or other reviewers I follow either. One big thing I learned from Muse watching his reviews, and to an extent this applies to his rants, is looking for the good in your surroundings. Had it not been for Muse, I would still be the same angry douchebag in need of a reality check that I was at 16. I would not be the person that I am today. I'm glad I pulled myself out of that hole thanks to Muse's content, because who really wants to sulk around in the corner of their bedroom focusing on the negative aspects in the world when you could just as easily look for the good in it? Of course, as you guys know, had it not been for Muse's videos, I would not have the desire to make videos of my very own. I had a lot that I knew I wanted to talk about, and this was also back right around the time that I first took notice of the metal elitists. And right now, at this moment, I'm glad I was able to gain an audience of close to 2,000 people that enjoy what I do. That really means a lot. When I first started, I didn't exactly have high expectations for myself, but for the most part, I'm having a lot of fun. Not to mention, Muse also inspired my catchphrase, exercising my first memorized vlog style, which is a twist on the catchphrase he used to use back in the day, exercising my freedom of speech whether you like it or not. I figured if he wasn't going to use it anymore, I'd come up with something similar to use for my videos. So, like I said earlier, as the months went on, I watched more and more of Muse's content and really invested myself in this channel. And like I also said, I was also taking notice of other ranters on this site, one of which was one Undertaker Freak 1127. When I first started watching him, I thought he was okay, but not as good as Muse. Of course, these two would get into some drama, which who hasn't gotten into drama with UTF at this point? And that pretty much got me really pissed off, and was pretty much the first time I started questioning UTF. At this point in time, I hate the fucker with a passion, but I'm not gonna explain why, as that's not the point of this video. But I had a lot of problems with the shit he was criticizing Muse for at the time that I'm gonna explain in a little bit. First, I just want to give my opinion about Muse doing reviews on Blip.tv. The main reason he took his videos in this direction, for those that don't know, had to do with the fact that he had been battling copyright for quite a while, and this kept his channel from getting partnered. Meanwhile, Blip is a lot more lenient with copyrighted material, just like Dailymotion is, so he was pretty much fed up with YouTube. This may be biased, but I've never had a problem at all with his newer content. I've explained before at the beginning of my top 20 favorite non-ranting YouTube channels video that there really isn't much of a stretch between ranting and reviewing, because you're still getting the guy's opinion about something, which is pretty much the reason I fell in love with his channel in the first place. What's more is that I can see a lot more work going into his reviews. They're pretty funny, and they're a lot more quality of content. This isn't to say that his rants weren't, as much as he would like to think they are. His rants were awesome, and I still enjoy them to this day, but let's be real. His content has really upped in quality, and evolved, in my opinion, for the better. As far as having to click a link to watch the video on Blip, that didn't bother me at all either, and it still doesn't. Same with having to sit through 1 or 2 ads. What mattered to me most was that I was able to still see the videos, so I could really give a shit less about what site the videos were on as long as I could view them. So I thought the crap UTF was bitching Muse out for at the time was really petty shit, and that he was being kind of a jackass. I stayed subscribed to UTF for about another year or so, and the rest is history. Funny how things change. But what didn't change is my appreciation and support for MuesProductions. No matter what the hell anybody else said at that time, and to this day, he's still my favorite YouTuber. Do I wish he would make rants on YouTube still? Sure. But if it's not what he wants to do, then I'm not gonna bitch and complain about it like a lot of people did. As the years went on, I continued to tune into the new videos when they were posted, and continued to leave my thoughts. And I still do that to this day. I watched his content continue to evolve, as well as watch series such as First Impressions, Shitcoms, and the Going Off podcast enter the mix. There was always something for me to look forward to. One thing I will say, however, is that I haven't tuned in to watch any of the wrestling-related content he's also known for putting out. I've never watched a single Raw Reactions or a single Rope Break. My reasoning for that is the same as why I don't watch gaming channels. It's just not something I'm interested in, nor is it something I understand. I have friends in real life that are wrestling fans that I've tried showing Raw Reactions to, but it's not really for me, so I skip it. Before I end this video, I would just like to say, thank you, Muse. Thank you for being that voice that I needed to hear back when I was down in the dumps. Thank you for teaching me to be open-minded and to look for the good in things. Thank you for inspiring me to come on here and make videos of my own, improve over time, grow an audience of my own, and have fun doing it. Thank you for continuing to put out content every week, even if it doesn't get the attention that you want, which may or may not be another thing I've learned from you. Thank you for being awesome and making as big of an impact on my life as you have. I'm probably sounding really fanboyish right now, but I don't give a shit. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you found it interesting. If you haven't watched MuesProductions before, I can't recommend him enough. If you like what I do, you'll probably like what he does. I'm gonna link some of my favorite videos of his in the description, both rants and reviews alike. I'm also gonna link the one video I did that he made a cameo appearance in called Don't Be a Blind Fan, Criticize What You Like, as it was a really big moment for me as a content creator, and in my opinion, one of my best videos. Thank you for watching this video, take care, and have a nice day. I'm Shades, and I'll see you next time. Oh, and here's this.
RanterInShades is fucking awesome!